Hi everyone, how's it going and welcome to another Sky Fantasy Football video. We have Game Week 27 coming up, and as you can see on the screen there's lots of nice fixtures coming up this week. In this video I'll take you through some 3-for-1s, some captaincies and my personal plans for the game week. So starting off, as you can see, we've got two single game days coming up. We've got Chelsea versus Fulham on Friday and the newly added Man United versus Leeds on Wednesday. So let's kick off straight with the 3-for-1s. We've got Fulham and Chelsea obviously playing on Friday. As soon as that game's done, Arsenal on the Saturday, Man United on the Saturday. Probably the two you want to consider the most. City obviously looking a bit ropey, and with two difficult fixtures coming up, but there's a 3-for-1 there if you don't have, say, Rodri, who really will be the only City player you would consider at this point. Could be a good chance to get him in, but you're really going to be looking at the Arsenal players, the Man United players, for your Mitrovic's, your Kepas, Thiago Silva, Havertz, really any of those players. You're going to want to get them out, bring in your Sakas, Odegaards, Salibas, Ramsdale, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Shaw, really from Man United. Obviously United have a double game week this week, so it looks like a decent, well, this is probably the time that you would want to be bringing them in. Down the bottom I've got what would have been too big for a graphic anyway, so I've just highlighted where the 3-for-1 comes in there. So if you can just see, we've got 3 games for City. Again, it's kind of like the top, but 3 games for City, and they've got a 3-for-1 over most teams, which you should be able to see. Arsenal aren't there. Who else is there? United, Forest and Spurs, but apart from that it's like every single team. So again, Rodri, if you don't have him, he's getting consistent points this season. I would be transferring him in at that point to get the tackles, to get the passes, and even a possible attack and return. Next up, I've went for my favourite captaincy options for the weekend, or the game week in general. So I've got the fixtures on the left there so you can see, but for Friday I've went for Badiashile, who really represents any Chelsea defender, specifically Badiashile, because since he's came in, Chelsea have kept 2 clean sheets. He's got past tiers both games he's played in. He's really came in and he's solidified what was a shaky Chelsea defence. So I've got Badiashile there, but that could be Thiago Silva if you've got him. It could be Kepa if you feel like captaining him. And I've got Havertz there because obviously Jorginho's moved to Arsenal. Havertz should be the new penalty taker, so in case Chelsea get a penalty, that's an attack and return, or if he scores the penalty, that is. But yeah, I think Havertz, if you're picking a Chelsea attacker, he's the one to go for. And again, any Chelsea defender. I've not went for Mitrovic, mainly because of what I just said about the Chelsea defence. We had Mitrovic on Monday, who played a single game day against Spurs and blanked. So I think the same thing could easily happen again against Chelsea on Friday. So I've not went for him. If you've got him, you can captain him. If you don't have a Chelsea player, he's obviously the next best thing. But yeah, I've went that. Those are the two I think should be solid picks in there. Saturday, I've went for Rashford and Trippier. Rashford, he's got 4 goals in his last 5 league games. You know, everyone knows he's on form. There's no real surprise to picking him against Crystal Palace. And I went for Trippier as well. Similar to Rashford, Newcastle's defence is on fantastic form. West Ham are 17th in the league for goals scored this season, so it looks like it should be another clean sheet at home for Newcastle. So Trippier more of the safe pick in case Rashford blanks, but he can easily get an attack and return as well. So I've went for Rashford, I've went for Trippier. I've not went for Tony. Tony's not scored more than 1 goal in a good while now. If you've got Tony, maybe you'd want to pick him. Me personally, I'd rather go for Rashford, I'd rather go for Trippier, so Tony's not on the list. On Sunday, Haaland, there's not really anything else to say about that. If you've got him, you're not going to captain him. If you're rogue, you could go for Kane. He's a good record against City, but again, I wouldn't really be going for anyone apart from Haaland in that day. Now Wednesday, Man United versus Leeds. Rashford again for the same reasons that I've just spoke about. But I've went for Bruno Fernandes in there because he's returned at least once, or he has returned once in his last 5 games, and he's got 3 goals and 2 assists in that time. But his record against Leeds is very good. He's got 6 goals and 2 assists in the 4 games they've played since Leeds were promoted. So that includes a brace and a hat trick against Leeds. So I think he looks. He's personally going to be my pick for the Wednesday game. I think it's a bit of a different shout to Rashford, and I think he could easily bag a few goals with Man United at home as well. So I think he's in current form, and he's got a fantastic record against Leeds. So that's why I've went for him. So finally, I thought I'd take you through some of my plans for this week, what I'm doing captaincy wise, transfer wise. So this is my current team as it stands. I'm sitting 2,473rd in the world right now, only with 21 transfers, which I would say I would want to be keeping because I know that's a very low amount. However, Mitrovic, Kepa and Thiago Silva are 3 players I'm looking to get out, mainly because of the number of fixtures they've got. So if we look at my spreadsheet here, you can see in February the basically the amount of little fixtures that both Chelsea and Fulham have. So if I highlight this area here and then go all the way down, you can see Chelsea only have West Ham away and Southampton at home all the way up to the 25th of February. And you've got teams like Arsenal playing 5 games in that time, Leeds 5 games in that time, City 5 games in that time. So as much as I don't want to use the transfers, I feel like I need to get those players out. Fulham as well. Fulham have 3 games in that time, so it's not as bad, but it's such a big gap here with the 3-for-1s and stuff, and I don't think Mitrovic is that good as he was at the start of the season, where I need to keep him in my team that long. So if I look here and then click on the transfers, I've got 1.8 million in the bank. Mitrovic comes out, Thiago Silva comes out, Kepa comes out. Obviously I was speaking out bad of Shelley there and Chelsea's better defence. I wouldn't be looking to transfer him in the now at least, but it's something to keep in mind that obviously he's getting the pass and the clean sheets are there, but I just don't think it's worth having him even if they do keep the clean sheets, with only having 2 fixtures within I think 4 weeks. So the transfers I'm looking at making, I would be taking all 3 of these players out on Friday, and I'm looking to get in Saka, I'm looking to get in, was it Ramsdale? I think it was Ramsdale. No, it wasn't Ramsdale. Don't know, no it wasn't, it was Pope. Nick Pope and where is he? Dunk. Lewis Dunk, there we go. Mainly Dunk because he's been getting passes past tier 2 in the last few games, and that run of fixtures there is absolutely fantastic, so I don't think I don't want to miss out on him personally, so I'm going for that. I think Brighton look fantastic there now, and I don't really want to go for like a Mitoma, mainly because I'm going to have 5 midfielders, so that's what I'm looking at. The goalkeeper could change. If anything, I'd maybe be going for Ramsdale. It's between Ramsdale and Pope. I'm stuck between those 2. I wouldn't be going for any other goalies. Might end up keeping Kepa, but again, with the amount of fixtures they've got, it's unlikely. That would take me down to 18 transfers, but again, I'm really happy with that team now for at least the next few weeks. I say that and then it'll probably change again next week, but that would leave me with 18 transfers. That's the plan. And then captains wise, I don't think I've chose them yet. I've not. So Saturday or Friday even, I'm going to go with Thiago Silva. I just think Chelsea are keeping a clean sheet. Saturday I'm going to pick Rashford. Again, this could change and I could end up going for Trippier. I'm not really going to go for Odegaard. I think Sean Dyche has just came into Everton, very defensive manager, so it's one of those games where Odegaard could easily get a 2-pointer. So I prefer Rashford there. I'm going to go for Rashford. Haaland, no brainer. And then Wednesday I'm going to go for Bruno Fernandes. So confirm those captains, and that is how the team will be looking this week. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing a review on the game week at the end, so that'll come Thursday next week, I think, or somewhere around that time anyways, and I'll go over everything that happened in the game week. But that's my team, that's everything that's going on in this game week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.